The 2023 Formula One season is almost upon us, and that is evidenced by the fact that all 10 teams have revealed their cars for the upcoming season at last. Although the amount that these cars have been revealed by these respective teams, or the amount of technical detail to be more specific that has been revealed, well, that's something that's up for debate because many teams are still holding their cards very, very close to their chest. But what we can judge these cars on so far is how they look, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing in this video, because we're going to be rating all of the 10 cars from 10 to 1 based on just how their new livery for the season looks. So without further ado, let's just take a look at where all of the Formula One teams rank in terms of their livery. At number 10, we have Williams. The British team have largely retained their blue livery that they've adopted since the start of the 2022 season, but the fact that they haven't made too many changes and that their car looks rather plain means that they finish on the bottom of this particular list. Points were also docked for the fact that they ended up signing a sponsorship deal with Gulf, but will have no iconic Gulf livery to speak of. How they could do that was beyond all of us. At number 9, we have Alfa Tauri. The Red Bull sister team has largely stuck with the same blue and white livery that they've had for the past 2 seasons, but the addition of the red thanks to a new sponsorship deal with Orlen doesn't really add as much to the car as it perhaps should, and in fact rather takes away from the look, which is a bit of a shame because otherwise the car actually comes across pretty nicely. At number 8, we have McLaren. McLaren too suffer from a rather similar problem of looking just a little too similar to their 2022 car. Now that's not to say that their livery is bad, but the fact that the car looks more or less the same as it did last year is a massive negative against the team, which is a bit of a shame because their papaya style look does in fact come across very uniquely on screen as well as off it, but there needs to be just a little bit more innovation added to their car looks. At number 7 is Alpine. The French team too have largely retained the same blue and pink look that they've had since last year, but the fact that they haven't really made too many changes does again count against them as it does on the ones before them. But the reason that they're a little higher on the list is because their blue and pink combination is unique and it looks different, and more importantly stands out among the crowd of cars that have taken on black, but still not high enough to be cracking our top 5. At number 6 is Red Bull. Now, Red Bull, to be fair, have featured by and large the same look for the number of years that they've been in F1, but the fact that again their 2023 car doesn't look all that dissimilar from their 2022 car does go against them just a tad, and that is why they are unable to crack the top 6 as well, despite their combination being a rather iconic one in modern Formula One. At number 5 is Haas, who have taken on a rather different look this time around due to them signing a deal with a new sponsor in MoneyGram. Now, Haas have previously changed their liveries for new sponsors, but this one looks rather more plain, simple, classic and elegant, and that is why they managed to crack the top 5 despite previously actually having a rather ordinary looking livery for their cars. At number 4 is another team that have revamped their look somewhat in Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo, like Haas, have also added black, but the combination of black and red that they have chosen to go with this year adds a new dimension to their look, which is previously mostly white and red, and what's more, it speaks to the kind of color scheme that they will have come 2026 when Audi will take over the team. All in all, it definitely adds a very nice look to the Sauber base side. At number 3 is Aston Martin. Now, Aston Martin's green look is an iconic one to say the least, but this time around they've added to the green by actually making a car that is very aesthetically appealing, and that is why the green is really standing out, and it does seem, at least on first glances, that the green is rather more pronounced, and the fact that it's such a classic color just really adds to the aesthetic of the car, and the fact that it comes across so nicely on the screens as well is a big plus for the British team. At number 2, we have Ferrari. Now, Ferrari is again another team that has had a very iconic, defined, settled look for years. Despite making a few changes to the combinations here or there, they've by and large stuck to the same colors that have worked so well for them, which are red, yellow, and a little bit of black. But it is the addition of that little bit extra black this year that really makes their car stand out and actually makes it even more visually appealing than a Ferrari usually is. But at number 1, we have Mercedes. The German-based manufacturer side have switched back to a black livery for the first time since the 2021 season, and they have done this for weight-saving purposes more than anything else. But it cannot be denied that the car now has gone back to a look that, even though it lasted for only 2 seasons, was lauded by many not just for the anti-racism message, but also the fact that it looked amazingly aesthetic on the track. And that is why we are ranking them as the number 1 on this list. Thank you so much for joining us for this special video. If you enjoy our work over here at Sports Today, please don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, tap the bell icon so you know when we're going live or uploading a new video for you guys, leave us a comment, and of course follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook as well. Last but not least, don't forget to download the AajTak app and stay tuned to Sports Today for more such special stories from the world of Formula 1. With the new season coming, we're all very excited. We'll be bringing you plenty of coverage from the elite era of motorsport. Thank you all once again for joining us. Bye-bye for now.